So what did Hillary Clinton know? And when did she know it? It now appears from this indictment we saw yesterday of this Michael Sussman, this lawyer. If you read through the indictment, I'll go through the takeaways, that Hillary Clinton may be in a little bit of trouble. I have very little faith in the Justice Department. I don't think in the end anything will happen to her legally, but I think she may be exposed. Now, again, I'm not here to get your hopes up about anything. We've been let down by the Justice Department 1,000 times, and I'm very sorry to tell you that. But I still want the truth, and I assume you want it as well. And if Hillary Clinton was, because she was, involved in the biggest spying scandal in United States history on a presidential candidate, then you're darn straight I want to know about it. Technofog, our good buddy, has a great summary. It'll be in my newsletter today. It's short, but it's sweet. This is his Substack, the Michael Sussman indictment. He points out a quick summary in the beginning about what happened. Remember, Hillary Clinton wanted the FBI to spy on Trump, and that's what he did. It's as simple as that. The intermediary she used to do it, one of them's in trouble, was indicted yesterday. It's Michael Sussman. So he was a lawyer at Perkins Coie. He represented and worked on behalf of the DNC, the Hillary Clinton campaign, and Fusion GPS Sussman. Now, he was indicted for false statements yesterday to the FBI, their general counsel, James Baker. We'll get to the pieces of the indictment in a second. They are fascinating, folks. What if I told you there was a university alleged to have been involved? There's a tech executive who's involved. There was a an internet company involved that felt pressured. Wait, go back to Techno a minute. I just want to read the second part of the summary. It relates to Baker and Sussman. They met on September 16th of 2016, and Sussman, the lawyer, conveyed the false information in the indictment put together by himself, Fusion GPS, and others. He relayed that to the FBI, and it was about the Trump organization's contacts with this Russian bank, Alpha Bank. Now, let's go through this. That's just a quick summary of what happened. Techno has a great piece. It'll be in my newsletter today if you'd like to check it out. Now, this wasn't the first time Michael Sussman, this lawyer, who again is alleged to have worked on behalf of the Hillary campaign and Fusion GPS to accuse Donald Trump of colluding with the Russians. This September 16th meeting apparently wasn't the first meeting of significance he had from the indictment. This is pretty damning. Remember this date, folks. Remember the date. For example, on or about July 29, 2016, Sussman and a campaign lawyer met with personnel from U.S. investigative firm, it's assumed to be Fusion, and he billed his time to the Clinton campaign and others. And billing entries cited herein, he billed to the Clinton campaign. He similarly billed this time to the campaign under the category general political advice. Why does that matter? Well, if Sussman was meeting with what appears to be Fusion GPS and is billing the time to the Clinton campaign on July 29, 2016, what happens 2 days later? Well, liberals can go to their most trusted liberal, far-left, radical socialist company, Google, and put in a Google search, and you'll see that just 2 days later, I put in Google, what day was Crossfire Hurricane opened? July 31st, 2016. Crossfire Hurricane, of course, is the investigation into the Trump campaign. Kind of weird, right? Clinton campaign is paying a lawyer to meet with Fusion GPS to fabricate a Trump collusion fairy tale not based in any way in reality. And 2 days later, the FBI opens up a criminal investigation. Well, golly, folks, what a big coinky dink, I'm sure. Tell me again how like the FBI was duped into. They were duped. The FBI were willing participants in this. They were not duped into anything. They were looking to be duped. That's not the same as being duped. It's kind of like watching a magic trick. You know you're part of the trick, right? You know the guy can't do acts. There's no real magic, okay? You get duped on. You're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Look, he did magic. No, he didn't do magic. Part 2 of the indictment. It was a tech executive involved in the scheme to frame Donald Trump. Wait, what? Folks, these are details. These are the deets. Very few of us had heard before. By the way, I have a very good idea, as do many others, who this tech executive is. But in the interests of being right and not being first, I'm going to wait until I put it out there. But I have a very good idea about who this tech executive who was working with them to frame Donald Trump is. From the indictment. On or about August 17, 2016, Sussman, and campaign lawyer one, and a tech executive conducted a conference call. Sussman billed the time to the Clinton campaign. So now a tech executive is working with the Clinton campaign too to frame Trump. Oh, isn't that juicy? Just how many people were involved in the plot to frame Donald Trump? They conducted an additional in-person meeting with this tech executive on August 19th, also billed to the Clinton campaign. And about August of 2016, later, tech executive one exchanged emails with personnel from the U.S. investigative firm. Folks, how many people, again, were involved in this? Now, keep in mind, one of the core stories used to frame Donald Trump for colluding with the Russians, right? A fake story. One of the core pieces of information they used was an alleged connection between Trump Tower and a Russian bank, Alpha Bank. Basically an internet connection. The problem is the story's fake. The internet connection was not due to any back channel. It was due to spam email. Well, the tech executive folks and others apparently knew a little bit something about this, how this was not going to be a real piece of investigative data. So look at this in the indictment. On or about August 21st, 2016, tech executive one emailed the recipients urging them to push forward with additional research concerning Trump, which he stated would give the base a very useful narrative. Later in the same email, tech executive one expressed his own belief that the TrumpEmail.com domain, referring to the subject of the allegations Sussman conveyed to the FBI, talking about the Alpha Bank Trump Tower connection, listen to this, was not a secret communications channel with the Russian bank, but a red herring. That's a quote. And noted that the host for the domain is a legitimate, valid customer relationship, a CRM. Tech executive one, therefore, concluded we can ignore it together with others that seem to be part of the marketing world. You getting this? Are you picking up what we're putting down? So now we have this lawyer. Forgive me, got a little bit of allergy, so I'm rubbing my nose. Sorry about that. So we have a tech executive who, again, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, a tech executive working with a Clinton lawyer to fabricate a story about Trump Tower communicating with the Alpha Bank through a communications channel. They know it's totally fake. It's a CRM company, a marketing campaign. It's got nothing to do with an information channel. They know it's a red herring, and they continue with the story anyway, and they make sure they get the story to media idiots and imbeciles like Latasha Bertrand, Franklin Foer, and others, Charlie Savage and others, who will willingly promote what these people who are colluding here, the lawyer, the tech executive, and others, know are, quote, a red herring. They know it's a fake story. Trump Tower is not communicating with Alpha Bank through a back channel. They know it's fake. Now, because media people hated Donald Trump and they have no dignity and credibility, Bertrand, Foer, Savage, and others who were just eager to make this story up, appeared all over television talking about how, oh my gosh, Trump Tower is communicating with a bank in Russia. The story's fake. It's always been fake. Any idiot could have seen it. Everyone knew it was fake. Doesn't matter. They went on TV anyway. Here's Natasha Bertrand, a PP tape hoaxer, who should be fired immediately, by the way, for this. Now, you know what? She shouldn't be fired. I take that back. She's perfect where she is. You know what? Give her a promotion. Give her a promotion. She's perfect. She is a fake news specialist, and she's great at what she does, generating fake news. Give her a promotion. I'm not kidding. I don't know where she is now. CNN, Politico, whatever it is. She was one of the biggest PP tape hoaxers ever. Here's her on TV with two other barking seal idiots talking about the Alpha Bank hoax that was always a hoax. Like, what more evidence do you need? What more evidence do we need? We need evidence, like any evidence. Here, check this out.
I mean, what more evidence do you need? It's very, very obvious, and it's really Occam's razor here. The fact that we still have not been able to rule out the idea that this was a covert communication channel 2 years after the fact that no one has come forth with a plausible explanation for why this was happening, for why Alpha Bank was one of 3 organizations communicating with the Trump server in those months leading up to the election is just completely remarkable. And I think the fact that Frank's story got overlooked or criticized as much as it did, and the fact that now it's being revisited and you have the editor of the New York Times saying that there, was a story there, just shows the lack of imagination.
You believe these morons? Do you believe that these, again, give her a promotion where she's great at what she does. She's a fake news specialist. She always has been. And she's too stupid to realize that the story was a red herring the entire time. A red herring meant to lure idiots like you into going on TV and talking about what was undoubtedly from the start a made up, fabricated hoax. And notice what she says there. I can't believe we still can't rule this out. No, it was ruled out. It was ruled out by everybody involved as a red herring. You were just too stupid to figure it out.